Hello, YouTube family. It's unfortunate for me to announce that we have lost the late and great Irish singer Sinead O'Connor, who died at the age of 56. Sinead O'Connor, the Irish singer known for her intense and beautiful voice, her political convictions, and her personal uproars that overtook her years later, has died. She was only 56 years old. O'Connor's recordings of Nothing Compares to You was one of the biggest hits of the early 1990s. Her death was announced by her family. The cause and date of death were not made public. A statement said, "It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved Sinead. Her family and friends are devastated and have requested privacy at this very difficult time." Alternative radio in the late 1990s rang with the voices of female singers who defied commercial expectations of what women should look like and how they should sound. But even in a crowd that included Tracy Chapman, Laurie Anderson, and the Indigo Girls, O'Connor stood out. "I grew up in a severely abusive situation, my mother being the perpetrator," O'Connor says. In 2014, so much of child abuse is about being voiceless, and it's wonderfully healing thing just to make sounds. O'Connor started making sounds in a home for juvenile delinquents after their childhood spent getting booted out of Catholic schools and busted repeatedly for shoplifting. But a nun gave her a guitar, and she began to sing on the streets of Dublin, and then when a popular Irish band called in Tuanua, I think that's how you pronounce it, O'Connor came to the attention of U2's guitarist, The Edge, and she got herself signed to her second studio album. I Do Not Want, I Haven't Got went double platinum in 1990, partly because of her hit love song written by Prince, Nothing Compares to You. I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got was a distillation of O'Connor's prayerful sense of music and her fury over social injustice. She rejected its 4 Grammy nominations as being too commercial and, in her words, for destroying their human race. She was banned from New Jersey Arena when she refused to sing the Star Spangled Banner, for its lyrics glorifies bombs bursting in air. O'Connor belonged to the proud Irish tradition of speaking up against established order. "You know, she's always on the side of victims and the vulnerable and the weak," he observes. Even though O'Connor never produced another notable hit, tabloids kept covering her. Her 4 marriages, 4 divorces, and 4 children, her feuds with celebrities ranging over the years from Frank Sinatra to Miley Cyrus. "I think people lost respect for her credibility," says Bill Wyman. "And her later records just aren't as much fun. They're poorly produced and they're odd. They're just not as enjoyable." In later years, O'Connor took to Facebook and Twitter to write about her struggle with mental illness. She brought up suicide, and she attempted it more than once. She came of age in the 1980s. One song you heard over and over from Sinead O'Connor's first album was Never Gets Old. If only someone she could have gotten old as powerfully as her strongest songs. After her death, the Prime Minister of Ireland issued a statement on social media saying, "Really sorry to hear of the passing of Sinead O'Connor. Her music was loved around the world and her talent was unmatched and beyond compared. Condolences to her family and friends and all who loved her music."